Hey people, Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel. Hope everybody's doing good, well out there, and enjoying this beautiful internet outage across Canada? What the heck is going on? Well, for me, I'll give you a little bit of an example. For me, an internet outage in my small private sector store, non-government funded, that I paid the taxes to pay the public sector to have all these great jobs and pay raises as the cost of things go up, really needs my internet for my basic debit machine to work, and for me to process my sales and move ahead so I can pay more taxes to all these public sector workers that are doing such a good job across Canada. But anyways, so what's going on here? Well, we've been talking about rolling blackouts and blah blah blah, and getting to the electricity right to the head of the snake takes out your internet, takes out everything down the list. Takes everything down the list. It actually brings more. It's just a hit right to the thing. But could they be testing us? Are they testing us in different levels or different patterns? Well, let's take a look what's going on. And this is everywhere, and everyone's messaging me this, and they're saying, Mike, you're right. People can't get money out of their debit machines. And I'm thinking, that's right. You know, most gasoline stations, I guess, work off internet with paying with debits and stuff like that too. And maybe that all of that connects to a specific internet hub, depending on where it's being relayed to, processed. I'm not going to get into technicalities because I don't know the technicalities. So here it is, blog.to. Here it is, blog.to. Here's all the ways Toronto is falling apart because of the Rogers internet outage. So Rogers is one of the biggest internet and cell phone providers for Canada, and I used to use them when my early teenage years when I had a pager. So what's going on? It's absolute mayhem across the city this morning, as many services in Toronto have been rendered useless thanks to a huge internet outage from Rogers. Virtually any business or service that relies for Rogers on internet or mobile connection is warning customers that debit machines, ATMs, or phone lines are not working. In Toronto, that varies from restaurants, school boards, banks, and even emergency services. Don't be alarmed if you notice large groups of people huddling outside libraries or Starbucks. They're just trying to grab any crumb of Wi-Fi they can. If you are hoping to explore the city today using a bike, Share Toronto, you're out of luck. So there it is. You can't get bikes and stuff like that. Currently, all bikes and docking systems are inaccessible as bike share platforms is serviced by Rogers. Problems with their system started early this morning. As the bigs get bigger, they get more control. They have a bigger, wide stretch with their umbrella. And when something goes wrong at the top, it crumbles right down. It could be something at the bottom that crumbles up to the top. Who knows, right? So let's take a look. There's the Toronto District School Board. All cell phone associated with the board are unavailable and cannot receive any calls. Only a few schools have reported this issue. Again, they could be on other, here it is here. Banks are also seeing disruptions to their day-to-day services, including CIBC, Bank of Montreal, Toronto Dominion, and Royal Bank of Canada. Even larger issues are going down with Interac, who states they are facing a nationwide communications outage, meaning tons of businesses that use their services cannot accept any payments. Well, I'm with somebody else, so I'm not with Rogers, and that's how I'm uploading this video to you guys and kind of getting the message out. And there it is. Chaos breaks out in Toronto as Rogers internet outages take down debit machines and stuff like that. And this is kind of important because we actually talked about this on our channel, where they will cut off. We were talking about more about cutting off the electricity. And 8 months ago, we were talking about these blackouts, right? And they issued an emergency plan, businesses to be given an hour to prepare for blackouts and family homes. And why? What are they rolling out, right? So media blackout, hold on, World Economic Dumpster Fire. No, that's too new. Let's find something, there you go, 4 years ago. Get out of the city, the cost of food and fuel getting out of reach, basic housing overpriced. Now, if you're in a big city and you're in a big tower or in a big condo and you don't have internet or, like, I guess you could get by. I mean, I guess being in the city or in the country doesn't really make a difference if you do have internet or not, if you're not shopping, right? But here it is. Australians starving, power outages to be regular occurrence in Australia, a testing ground. So in this video from three years ago, well, 2019, before the you know what, they were testing these things. Oh, going hungry. I just saw it. I just said going hungry. Hold on. Yeah. People are now going hungry. So this happened in Australia. So people are now going hungry because they unable to pay for groceries. So that is right there. But that's from a power outage. That's not from an internet downage, right? So here it is. Internet down in Ottawa and across Canada. Rogers customers reporting massive outage. Again, self-reporting tools like download. Oh, let's see right here. Let's open this up and see what they're saying. And there's the outage right there. What is this? It's only it was only 15, 20,000 people reporting it. So if you guys go to user reports, Downdetector, and you could go ahead and vote if you are noticing this problem. And widespread of internet outage affecting Windsor and Essex. There's other parts of Southern Ontario there. And it goes into cellular networks. We already know that. And servicing outages. And could this be the plan? This last mic of the night, ironically, is blackouts to suppress the truth. And this is on Odyssey. You can't see this it's only on Odyssey. So there it is. Rolling blackouts and disruption as narrative falls apart. Blackouts to suppress, I think that underneath that says, to suppress the truth. So there it is. That's our last mic of the night. Don't forget to set your reminders for this week's mic of the night. Let's talk solutions. As the world is falling apart around us, we need to discuss solutions. We need to figure something out so you guys can call in and discuss and figure out what's going on, or what we could do as collectively, honestly, through working together as a team, as opposed to looking for some sort of a financial gain, right? So today's my bring my son to work day. He's working on his Legos there. So I'm going to be spending the day with my son. He's out of school. So I'm trying to teach him, the private sector values, working for yourself, being an entrepreneur, helping support the economy by paying your taxes on time and being a good citizen. Well, you could hear the sarcasm through some of that there. But anyways, guys, let me know. And at the beginning, when I was talking about the public sector, you're probably wondering why. Well, when you pay $4,300 in property tax in a town with two stoplights, someone came to town and counted them. It's like, hey, you do have two stoplights. We have 4 crosswalks too. But to charge me $4,300 for property, my property tax went up like literally $3,000 in the last 5 years. So for them to charge me that much money in property tax, and my hospital doesn't really open, my hospital is not even open anymore. We're not even allowed to call it an H anymore. That's what they say. You can't call it an H. Okay? There's no surgeons, no doctors, no babies being born here, nothing. No babies being born here for years, actually. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. And then the police closing at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon every day now? What's going on here? So, are they starting to test the ground, figure things out? Could it just be an honest mistake through Rogers? Something went wrong in some part of the system? And that's what happens when you grow too big. It comes down harder. Just like this housing bubble they've been creating, a bubble on a bubble on a bubble on a bubble on a bubble. Then when you try to point out what's happening, and I try to point out, mass deportation of Portuguese families in 2007 and 2008, and people say, oh, that never happened because the media doesn't have anything on that. It did, but it got all deleted. So I filed the Freedom of Information Act with some of the big media companies in Canada to bring that back so I don't look like a lunatic when I try telling people what's going on. Anyways, guys, I'm not going to get too far off topic. Internet outages, is it affecting you? Are you noticing it? And if you are, comment below. Let us know what region you're in or where you're feeling this pain. Mike Martin's here from the Mike Martin's channel. I have spoken.